heartbreaking situation spurring others to come forward for help. Tonight, we're hearing from organizations that support domestic violence victims as they are getting more calls following the death of a Vancouver mom and her daughter. Liz Birch has been following this tragedy closely and also taking a closer look at this trend. Liz, what are they seeing now?
Liz, I talked to organizations in both Washington and Oregon who tell me they've seen a recent spike in calls. We're also getting new information from court documents I just picked up here on this most recent case. We do want to warn you, some of those details are graphic. Kirkland Warren is now facing 2 murder charges after Meshay Melendez and Layla Stewart's bodies were found last month. He's being held in jail on no bail. The medical examiner's report says they died from gunshot wounds to the head. According to court documents I picked up from court today, Stewart was found to have sustained 2 bullet wounds to the head. Melendez was found to have sustained a single gunshot to the left temple area. They go on to say the wounds sustained by Melendez had evidence of stippling or unburned powder and debris, indicating that this wound was sustained from near to intermediate range. Police say Warren and Melendez were in a relationship. Today, Vancouver police tell me there's been a 10% increase from last year to this year in offenses that are flagged as having a DV element. The CEO of Clark County YWCA tells me they've had a recent spike in people reaching out for assistance.
Anytime that we see a domestic violence incident like the one that we experienced with Meshay and Layla, we always see an increase in people reaching out for help.
They say this tends to happen after a widely publicized local DV instance.
Why might a news story like the one we've been covering inspire people to want to get help?
They start to really evaluate the situation that they're in and that they're living with. And they realize that it's very real to them and that could be them. That could be a situation that they're confronted with. And they want to take that moment to reach out and find a way to escape that situation that they're experiencing.
They say there are some specific risk factors for this violence to become deadly.
What we know from data is that anytime that someone experiences a strangulation or someone has access to firearms, that the risk of a homicide happening increases exponentially.
And we do have resources for domestic violence victims in both Washington and Oregon on coin.com right now, including a crisis hotline coming up in 1 hour. More details from those court documents. Back to you.
All right, Liz, thank you. Could there be